Today we're going to talk to our friends Richard and Ashley from Des de Glory about how this pandemic has affected their travels. What is up, everybody? My name is Dan. Welcome to Freely Roaming. Today we're bringing you guys a slightly different video. We had a Zoom chat with our friends Richard and Ashley of Des de Glory. They are a couple from Canada who's driven all the way down to the bottom of Argentina in Tierra del Fuego. This entire pandemic has been a problem for everybody in the world, including them. We talk a little bit about their trip to the Arctic Ocean over this past winter and how the coronavirus has affected that. We also talk a little bit about our time in Morocco and how the little things that happened while we were there caused the entire chain reaction for us to come back to Croatia. We also talk about how people like us and Richard and Ashley are dealing with this next year and how we go about planning our future trips. I hope you enjoyed this video, and here it is, our conversation with Des de Glory.
Good morning.
Sorry for our cleanliness. Yeah, thank you.
You guys are back in Croatia, safe and sound.
Allowed to freely wander.
Yeah, we sort of, it's really weird because at the end of the 14-day quarantine, it was really the first time where we felt like, okay, we're not infected. Or if we are infected, we're clear. And then like the 15th day, we went to go to the store and we came back, we're like, okay, now we don't know again.
Yeah, but they just announced in Morocco that they're extending their lockdown for another 30 days. So other Canadians and Americans down there, they just can't go anywhere. They're just stuck. So we feel very thankful that we had the opportunity to leave when we did. And like everything that happened to get us to that point. Like if we didn't find these like little puppies in a box, like we would have still like been in the middle of a desert oasis thinking like, no rush leaving. Like we're in this beautiful place and we would have been still stuck down there. So It's like all these events that happened at the right time for us to be able to be back in an apartment. It was hard without hot water and laundry and just in the van. Like you can't even leave like your little space because people are walking next to you too close, and it's just like I just need some space.
So where are you guys? You guys are at your parents' house?
Yeah, my parents' house in BC.
Yeah. So
You did a pretty extensive trip through Canada, right?
Yeah, we did Trans Canada all the way to Newfoundland, and obviously we did the Alcan, but we didn't go to the Northwest Territories. We didn't go to Arctic Ocean because that road wasn't open yet. So when we were there,
yeah.
So that looks really cool. I mean, I think going in the winters is especially crazy.
Yeah, sure was. Yeah, it was crazy. I would love to go back in the fall or the summer and see. It's totally, obviously different.
Yeah.
And due to a variety of weather delays, we were not able to really experience the culture as much as I wanted to and ask all the questions I wanted to ask.
Yeah, because
it'd be nice to go back.
Yeah, by the time we got up there, because of the weather delays, then COVID had really set in. Well, it was getting more serious. I guess people were dealing with it more seriously.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
At some point, they're like, everything just was getting shut down while we were there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like these remote places, they have a very low chance of getting it, but at the same time, they're really afraid of outsiders. And if they do get it, they're so remote that they're going to get wiped out.
Absolutely, yeah. In Tuktoyaktuk, they don't have a hospital. The closest hospital is in Inuvik, which is, 3 hours?
Yeah, 2 or 3 hours away.
So,
Are they?
Yeah,
I mean, if something happens, they get airlifted, right? They don't drive.
Yeah.
Right, because I mean, they had before they had the road there, they had to be airlifted.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and their immune systems are
Different.
notoriously worse than ours
Different.
in terms of dealing with flus and diseases.
Yeah.
So.
Well, plus they're not province, right? They're territory. So is there a difference in how things are done?
They took control of the situation very quickly there. I think partly because they're so far north and the population's so small. But they shut their borders to all non-residents. So they shut land borders. Yeah. You can't really do that in any other territory or province, but they're remote enough where they only have 3 roads going in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they ate over one and then put RCMP at 2 other ones. So we were, if we were a week later, we wouldn't have been able to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, they would let you out, right?
Yeah.
Let us out.
But you can't go in.
We were just worried about Yukon territory doing the same thing at some point, and then having to kind of
get trapped or something.
Yeah.
Have to like talk our way through getting home.
Right.
But it was all right.
But I think if we did get stuck, our travel was essential if we were trying to get somewhere to stay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fine.
Yeah, because I think, I know there's somebody who just drove through Canada to go home to Alaska, and they were able to go through. So
we saw a lot of RVs coming up actually on the, I can't remember which highway that was. It must have been the Alcan, just a lot of people must have been from like snowbirds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tons of them coming up back to Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
So
like us, we didn't know if it was going to get a lot worse or if it's going to get better. So like, if you have a window, you just go for it, because we had to do the same thing, because had we waited to leave Morocco, there are still thousands of campers down there right now, and they are not allowed to leave. In fact, I'm talking to a few of them still right now, and when we were trying to get out, it was Spain not letting people into Spain. But now it's Morocco not wanting boats to come to Morocco, including the ferries that would come to pick people up. Because now Morocco is a little bit scared, because now their rates are kind of climbing. For us to be able to get out, I think it was really lucky. Obviously, our plans have changed, and your plans are obviously changing too, right? I mean,
I think they're pretty much toast at this point. I don't see us going anywhere until
more time for planning.
Maybe next year, sometime later, maybe. But
so we moved out of our apartment and then went on the trip up north in anticipation of coming back, kind of like finishing up some stuff on the truck and then shipping it after Expo West, I guess. Kind of like meander down through the U.S. and ship sometime in May.
Yeah.
But so that's not happening.
Have you committed any money to it that you can't get back, or you guys are good? Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
cool.
Like, good thing you guys didn't have it on a boat and then everything shut down, because then it's like, I'm gonna get my car back.
Well, I'm sure there are people who are in that exact situation. If it takes 2-3 weeks to get there, there's probably a couple of boats that were in the middle of the ocean when this lockdown happened.
Yeah, we'll see. I think the thing too is that like traveling internationally is going to be a whole new ball game, and we're kind of paranoid about. We're even feel paranoid now going into stores and stuff, and so I think it's going to take a while before we're able to get back to doing that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, certainly with good treatment and vaccine, things will go back to normal, but that takes time.
So what are they saying? A year for that ish, maybe, depending.
Optimistically, I think they're saying 12 to 18 months, but I think that time frame is like as of they started this like 3 to 6 months ago. So we're probably hopefully within a year. I'm hoping that a year from now things will be good.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah. Yes.
How's it living with your parents?
Seems good so far.
We're still here. We haven't picked this up yet.
Yeah.
And we actually, so we found and this is part of the COVID thing too, a good friend of ours, he worked for one of the airlines here, and obviously will not have a job anymore, but he's going to go fly for some forest fire fighting company. It's up north in BC, so he needs somebody to look after his house. So
cool.
That's it.
So we're going to go house it for 4 months this summer.
Oh, cool.
Pretty like half hour more than 4 in Canmore. So it's just on the edge of the Rockies.
Yeah.
That worked out really well for us.
Then we can have a few months to reevaluate the situation and figure out what we're going to do for the next year or whatever.
Right.
So,
and all your stuff is already stored away and packed up, and you can move if you have to.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
How about you guys? Are you gonna kind of stay put in Croatia for a while? Because you have citizenship there.
Yeah, the kids and I have citizenship, and Dan has residency, and that's how we were allowed to come back to Europe from Africa. Otherwise, there was no way.
Yeah.
So right now we are in the bigger city of Split. So this is my parents' like apartment in the city. Most of the time we spend on the islands, which my dad has like an old stone home that he grew up in. On the islands, but the islands are all shut off. It's kind of like that town you were talking about, where there's no hospitals on the island. So if they get sick, they all have to be flown here to this city, and so they shut off all transportation to the islands. So usually we'd be on the islands and we have space and garden, and the kids can run around, because the village is like a few old people on a donkey, and it's just like everybody moved out of the villages. It's like old people left. So they shut it down, the ferries, because if the virus goes on the islands are going to be wiped out. It's a bunch of old people,
I mean, we would rather be there, I think, but I'm also glad that we are here because it's way more convenient. Because if you can't just go to the next city, the only place to buy groceries at that village is like,
Yeah.
a little shop like the size of this kitchen room table, basically.
Yeah.
Just like some stuff. And also, we can't be there if we wanted to because our residency and citizenship has to be registered to an address, and it's this one. So in order for you to go to the islands, you have to show your ID with an island address, which we don't have.
Yeah.
So.
Like we could have, but we couldn't foresee this, happening. Like it doesn't, like who cares where your address is? It's just your address. Like that's full-time living. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
But now it matters.
Like, we're not going to be here, so it doesn't matter what our address is. But turns out it matters.
Yeah. So I have family here where I have a family here, like my aunt or my, aunt removed.
Cousin.
Like her address is in the village and her husband's address is in the city, just so they have one of each. But now like they're kind of stuck, and if they split off, the other one can't go with the other. So it's like, it's just
complicated.
Yeah, very complicated.
But like Croatia has a really tourism-centric economy. So it's going to be a really bad year for all the businesses, but it's going to be a really good year for us because we're going to be here with no tourists, which is like a time machine going back 30 years. Like
that's crazy.
Not been like this.
It's crazy with the cruise ships now and people flying in. Like the busy season was the summer. Now here it's like year round, and it's just there's a lot of people and a lot of.
Well, we went for a walk yesterday, and there was nobody on the beaches. Whereas by this time last year, the beach would have been packed with tourists already. There was like one local woman, like just up to her thigh in the water, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't even think she was supposed to be in there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know when you're in a foreign country the exact rules, but they said you can walk around. Like, I say like 25% of the people were wearing masks while we're walking around, but everybody was keeping their distance, and that's the rule. Like, you can go outside and walk as long as you want, but you just have to distance yourself, and you can't just like loiter somewhere. Like hang out on the beach and people, on a bench and people watch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we can't speak for the rest of Canada because I haven't really seen a lot of what's going on, and the rates have varied so much province to province.
Yeah.
But it seems like in
BC at least.
BC, I don't know, Vancouver's probably crazy, but
yeah.
People seem to be okay. Like they are definitely distancing and
taking it seriously.
Yeah. We've seen lots of people with masks and gloves.
What is the rule there exactly? Like, obviously,
it's similar to yours.
Like non-essential businesses are closed.
Yeah, most are, except for I guess essential services have to stay or are staying open.
Yeah, and for a while, people were definitely like making their own rules as to what's essential and what's not essential. Because I don't think it was very. Like,
you mean like the business owners?
Yeah. Over time, everybody like
they're getting it, I guess.
Got it.
But the parks are all closed, I think, or the
All of the large
Provincial parks
and
national parks are closed. And all of the like jungle gyms and stuff have tape around them. But my parents live kind of next to a mountain, and so you can go like walk up there. But it's not a popular, common route.
Right. So it's pretty deserted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking to I was talking to Candace from Be Old Later, and they had just shipped their truck or their van, and just the stories of them having to hop on a couple small planes. The first plane from like Uruguay to Chile or to Buenos Aires, wherever it was like there was 2 of them with like 6 sick old ladies with masks and sweating and coughing.
Oh my God.
And then they hopped on a big plane to get to Canada, and they were like on a 777, and they were 2 of 6 people on that plane.
Wow.
So crazy.
So more people on the small plane than the big plane.
Yeah, exactly. Just weird. And we were lucky.
Yeah, we are lucky.
Yeah, in a situation where we could just like ditch back here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Because if you guys planned your trip like 3 months earlier, I mean, we actually know some Canadians and Americans that were in Morocco who are still stuck there, and their windows closed. You know, they could have gotten out, but they would have to leave their car.
Right.
So now they have no choice.
That's a hard choice to make.
Yeah.
Really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are the kids doing?
They have unlimited Wi-Fi, which they were excited about when we said we're going to try to come back. So so far so good.
Yeah. Well, we had a family meeting in Agadir in Morocco where we talked about the pros and cons of staying in Morocco versus coming here. And so as a family, we decided life would have been easier here. So they're so, flexible. They're used to like new people, new places.
Well, the other thing too is health insurance, right? Like here, we didn't look into ours specifically. I just heard so many like travel insurance plans are not covering COVID-19. So, that could be a big problem for people who are stuck there. And if they choose to not cover it.
Yeah. Or if both of us got sick, like what would happen to the kids?
Yeah.
Like without anybody around. And so it's just like a weird.
I have to teach Ava how to drive.
Yeah, it's not the best.
No.
Is the truck all built and ready to go? Or are you still working on it?
I have we have everything we need. Some of it's in Montana, because our Tundra is in Montana right now.
Okay. But weren't you trying to sell it? Did you sell it or no?
I sold the Go Fast camper off of it.
Okay, but not the truck.
Yeah, we're going to keep the Tundra because it's in such good shape and it's great for North America.
Yeah.
And now that gas is free here.
Yeah, gas has got to be super cheap in Alberta, right?
Yeah, it was 53 cents a liter last time I checked. So that's like
crazy.
What is that? That's like 39 cents US a liter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll change once we all leave our houses, I guess. But, so this is the plan. It's like go fast. I got Brian from Goose Gear sent up a little Goose Gear interior for it, and I actually have another long block and clutch and stuff to install and suspension. We have to do everything to it.
Pretty much everything.
But the truck's
You
so
still have
small,
to do, right.
It'll happen fast.
Well, but, I think having all the parts is critical, right? Because getting stuff shipped right now is also going to be tricky.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
All right,
before we get
thank
started.
you so
All right,
much.
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Dark. All
All
right.
right, have a good evening.
You too. Bye.
So that was our conversation with Richard and Ashley from Des to Glory. We've never actually met them before in person, but we have known each other for a long time, just over the traveling community, and they take amazing pictures on their Instagram page, Des to Glory. Hope you guys are staying safe. I'll see you in the next one.